All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. A lot of roster rumors swirling, trades, free agents. We're going to talk about them all. This episode is brought to you by Minigrown, minigrown.com. They got these beautiful skull gummies and a bunch of other gummies. Hit up minigrown.com. Use the promo code SKULL. Buy one, get one. Fantastic deal and delicious cocktails.
And maybe you prefer your relaxation in a can, like the Sex on the Sandbar. Absolutely delicious. Having me one of those the other night. It was so relaxed.
So relaxed, so delicious, as always. So minigrown.com, promo code SKULL. All right, we got a big old mixture here. Albert Breer, Alec Lewis, ESPN. We're just going to kind of float through these puppies. Free agent-wise, let's start with Albert Breer. You mentioned some names the Vikings could look at. Left tackle with Darrisaw out. That makes our hearts very sad. Everybody should have a gummy just for that to make yourself feel better. Mm-hmm. But he throws out DJ Humphries. Let's start with him. We already talked about free agent. He's been in the league for quite a while. He knows his stuff. About 30 years old. He's decent.
Yeah, he is decent. Former first-round pick and of the Cardinals. And, yeah, I mean, is he better than what we have right now? I don't know about that. But he does have a lot more experience at that position than Blake Brandel, who we're probably going to roll with. And is even younger than Q-Bear. So, younger guy.
Well, everybody's younger than Q-Bear. But DJ Humphries is intriguing to me. If maybe like we're still winning games, but our left tackle is a disaster. Yeah, like maybe you just hold off a little bit. So next one guy, Charles Leno Jr.
Yeah, dude's played forever. I think he was with the Bears there for a stint, wasn't overly great, but he has a ton of experience. He started a lot of games at left tackle, primarily left tackle. So a guy who knows that position, has seen it all when it comes to defenses. Is he very good? Is he an upgrade? I don't think so, but he's got a lot of experience. So
he does. Yeah, this would be a guy I'm fine just maybe passing on. Like there's better options out there. Maybe it comes down to a price tag. I think his best years are probably behind him. And that brings us to the last one, the sexiest name out of the group, but maybe as well, maybe his best days are behind him. That's David Bakhtiari, former Green Bay Packer, the man down in the corner, who would be an instant fan favorite, chugs beer, has a freaking he's got it all. But does he have football left in him?
Yeah, him and Dan Feeney would be out on the town just causing all kinds of ruckus and havoc.
I was going to say that.
No woman would be safe with those two around, that hair flowing everywhere.
Married.
Oh, well. Either way, they'll attract a lot of women. But anyway, here's the thing. He's huge. He's ginormous. We all know him. We know he likes to hold. He gets away with it. He's been very good when he's healthy, but that's the problem. He's never healthy. Can I stay healthy? He's also old and apparently doesn't like playing on turf, so I don't know if it's a good fit.
Well, he's the injuries are the biggest concern. We got old people on our team. Harrison Smith, Q-Bear, Bakhtiari coming out after that knee injury. He missed the whole season. Then he came back for 11 games, played very, very well, even at a very old age, coming off an injury. Following season, played one game and then had another knee injury or something around on his leg. Had to do with the initial injury, and he was shut down again and hasn't played since. So he'd have to prove, he'd have to have one hell of a physical that he's ready to go. But if we could get a little bit of what he used to have, he was one of the best left tackles in the league.
Yeah, I mean, you
got away with holds because Aaron Rodgers was his quarterback. Like,
can you get 10 games out of his body? Maybe 9 games, because he ain't going to come here and play in the Colts game. So can you get 9 games out of him? Like you said, the physical will be huge for him if he can pass that and check out medically. He's been good as hell when he's on his game and healthy.
It screams Jake Long, the type of signing the Vikings made years ago. But he's the one that definitely would pique the interest because it's boomer bust. These other guys is just kind of like, all right, it's kind of an upgrade. If we sign him and he was playing well, it would be beautiful. And the Packers, again, would have to watch one of their beloved wear purple. So those are the guys he talked about. He also talked about maybe potentially the Vikings moving Brian O'Neill over to left tackle. I don't think we buy into that at all.
I think that's too out of the box for KOC's thinking. And it's just this point in the season, I don't know if I'm going to mess with that. Going from the right side to left is completely opposite. And I don't think I'm going to mess with the good thing.
Another. All right, let's go to Alec Lewis. So you had some potential trade targets out there. Jets corner DJ Reed, 28 years old, final year of his contract.
I like this one. I know he's only 5'9", 188 pounds, but the dude, we saw him. Like, he's very, very sticky in coverage. He'll swat that ball away. He's physical. He'll tackle. 374 career tackles. The dude's not afraid to hit. I think you could get this guy now, and then you look to sign him and be one of your corners next year. So
Hey,
I'm on board with this one.
he's got a couple years left in him. Jets are absolute garbage. They're a dumpster fire.
Horrible.
It probably ain't going to cost that much to get him. Like the big thing is he's finally over his contract. It'd have to be something where you don't want to just go for 1 year and be done with him. He would be a much needed spark to our elderly cornerback that has been showing its age. So this is one of the more sexy ones out of the group. Next up, BJ Hill, defensive lineman from the Bengals, 29 years old. Again, another guy in the final year of his contract, very good against the run, can get to the quarterback, has been one of the better defensive linemen in the AFC.
Yeah, 6'3", 311 pounds. Again, get some more beef on that line. A guy who's very good at stuff in the run. So BJ Hill, that Bengals defense hasn't been great, but maybe he needs a change of scenery. And I think he looked good in purple.
He would be an instant starter, right? I mean, he'd look great next to Phillips and Mr. Tiller. It would be he would be an upgrade, no doubt. And again, compensation, probably not overly crazy.
No. And if it bumped Bullard to a backup, I mean, that's a pretty high-end backup there in John Bullard.
God, Jonathan Bullard's he's a man. He's a man amongst boys out there. He's ginormous. Panthers, Brady Christensen. I don't know. What do we trade for him? Like a pack of gum?
I don't know. He can play all over the line, though. Wherever you need him, he can suit up and go. So
can Pat Elflein.
Inside, outside, he's depth across this old line. And is he better depth than what we have? I mean, we got some young guys with very little experience. Again, but what you can get for a guy like that? I mean, I don't know if I want to trade.
He started 27 games in his career, 3 this year. He's 28 again. Last year of his contract. You're right. He's played center this year. I didn't even know he played center. He's played a lot of left tackle, left guard. It seems like you're not trading for him to be a starter. To me, it seems like you're trading just for depth, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's
depth at this point. Yeah. Anyways, Nate Hobbs, cornerback from the Raiders, 37 career starts, 1 pick this year, pretty good in coverage. I don't know.
It seems like when these crazy moves where we're like, who's this guy? And you do some more research, think, okay, well, we can roll with him. So Nate Hobbs, how old did you say he was? 25. He's young.
He is younger.
25 years old, Nate Hobbs.
Nate Hobbs. So again, I mean, at cornerback, anybody you add that bumps a Caleb Evans down the chart, you know what? Sure, why not? Nate Hobbs, I love you.
I mean, he had 86 tackles in 2023. So I mean,
you always get so enamored by tackle total.
Well, I should. I like corners who can tackle, come up and lay a hit. We saw Stephon Gilmore whiff and show no interest in hitting anybody against the Rams. I want someone who's not afraid to come up there and make a stick.
Yeah, I think it's more the Raiders' front 7 is horrible, except for Max Crosby.
He's consistent.
He's consistent. I'll take it. All right, one last one. Cowboys defensive lineman Odigizua. You say it better than me.
Digizawa.
There we go.
Again, a guy who I thought when he started the league kind of was turning heads and feels like he's kind of maybe leveled off a little bit. But the Cowboys, another team that's just not very good right now. They could definitely be sellers trying to get some assets. He had 3 sacks last year.
Is he better than a Jerry Tillery, though? Like,
I don't know. And what is he? He's 6'2", 280. So to me, he screams a little bit undersized. I don't know what Brian Flores would do with him. I think you put him on the outside. Yeah, I don't know if he'd start over any of our guys right now.
And again, these are just names Alec Lewis threw out there. So real quick, over at ESPN, they did mention a few potential moves, and 2 of the Vikings moving on from 2 players, Caleb Evans and Brian Asamoah, saying like, you know what, they just might look to trade these guys off.
Yeah, and what would you get? And would that be a pick this year? I highly doubt
Brady Christensen.
If anybody's giving up compensation for either one of those guys, it's a pick. Not this year's draft. Probably in 26, maybe even 27 if that's legal.
Yeah, it's going to be some weird. I mean, but if you can get anything for these guys, obviously Vikings fans would be all for it. It would be a wonderful move. They also mentioned that the Vikings could look to add DJ Jones, defensive lineman from the Broncos.
Yeah, a guy who probably will come in here and start. Big old boy. But again, would the Broncos be willing to move it? I mean, they're in the thick of a playoff hunt. They're not going to catch the Chiefs in that division, but they can still get a wild card. So I don't know why they'd be selling off any assets, especially when the defense is their strong suit. But if they're willing to give them up, hell yeah, bring them over.
Yeah, he would be a big upgrade on defensive line. He's the not so sexy move. Dexter Lawrence, Jeffrey Simmons, everyone's getting excited about that. Not going to happen. DJ Jones is more of a realistic move if the Broncos want to move on from him. Like the DJ Joneses, the BJ Hills, those are probably the guys that if we do make a move, we would end up with, which isn't bad.
No,
it's just not the red starburst. It's more like the pink.
Yeah.
Or the orange.
Well, I like the orange quite a bit.
Yeah, orange ain't bad. There's not a bad starburst. In my old age, I've started to like the yellows. Sort of like the yellows, but they're no what's the contest for the mini groans?
They're not.
Get your butts over minigrown.com. Beautiful cocktails. I got some fantastic swag as well. Use the promo code SKOL and you'll get buy one, get one. So hit it up. Let us know when you do it down in the comments. You will not regret it.
You'll not regret this. Remember this. China has 350 million smokers.
Jesus, unhealthy.